Welcome back to Cheddar Business, everyone. Now it's time for our TD Bank sponsored series, Business Great and Small, where we celebrate everyday small business owners who are going the extra mile for their customers and their communities.
And while TD Bank is the presenting sponsor of this segment, the opinions and statements are ours.
It's safe to say that most people are animal lovers. In fact, 68% of households, or about 85 million families, own a pet in the U.S. So the demand for a local and reliable veterinarian is strong. Joining us now is Dr. Michael Weiss. He's the founder and owner of 2nd Street Animal Hospital in New Jersey and in Philadelphia. Thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, sure.
It's
My pleasure. My pleasure.
So what services do you offer the community, and what kind of animals do you treat?
Well, we offer really high level, both routine and non-routine veterinary services, medicine, surgery, dentistry. We see dogs, cats, and exotic pets. Exotics include birds, reptiles, small mammals, and anything else that's not a dog or a cat. So it's you never know what's walking in the door, basically. So.
Was it easy to add the exotic animals to your repertoire,
Well,
or how'd you get into that?
Yeah, I had done emergency work when I first left vet school, and I worked in emergency clinic and worked in private practices, dog cat practices, and I got a little bored. And then I was at a conference, met a friend who, it's all he does is exotic pets. So like the snakes and the birds and all that. And it just stimulated my interest. So I got into it on the ground floor to the point where I was actually able to lecture to other veterinarians at major vet conferences. And like my Jersey practice now is recognized as one of the top exotic practices in the area. And now we're hoping the 2nd Street Animal Hospital follows suit.
We're seeing some snakes, some birds, some lizards, some turtles. Take us through some of the other exotic animals you've seen.
I've seen cootamundis, which are in
and apologies if that was a tortoise, by the way.
That was a tortoise, right? Yeah, turtle, tortoise.
Okay.
Tortoise are,
right.
yeah.
I want to make sure I get that
Box
right.
turtle is actually a tortoise.
Okay.
Cootamundis, which are in the raccoon family. We've seen bobcats, Arctic foxes, like I said, lions and tigers, things like that. I mean, it's really prairie dogs. People have tried to get us to see spiders and tarantulas and stuff like that.
Spiders?
I have a little bit of a problem with that, but we've seen them.
Yeah.
All kinds of lizards you can imagine, and some of them are extremely expensive. We had a gecko that we hospitalized for 4 days that was worth $5,000.
Wow.
So a lot of these exotic pets, it's a whole nother area that's opened up in the veterinary market.
Turning to the business side of things,
Sure.
were there hurdles that you faced when trying to
Yes.
open up your business?
Yeah, the hospital in New Jersey really didn't. It was just another mortgage, and I pretty much did renovations myself. But in 2010, I felt I needed to either renovate that or build a second hospital. Economy wasn't great. I didn't think the money spent on renovating was really going to give me a good return, so I started looking for a second practice. Found a place in Northern Liberty section of Philadelphia, which is one of the most rapidly growing areas. It's explosive. Bought a property, couldn't get financing. Tried everywhere, it was extremely difficult. Sat on it, sold it in 2015. The builder, who was also an architect, and the buyer, I said, hey, can I put a vet hospital on the first floor? He said, sure, we'll design it for you and everything. So I signed a lease, construction agreements, and everything before I even had the financing from the bank. Just some of the profit from selling the property. And I got turned down by 2 banks. TD was a different story. TD actually looked at past the numbers and looked at my business plan, looked at my vision, looked at my experience I had with them with my New Jersey practice. And the banker, Jimmy Jarrell, was just extremely helpful through the whole process. And it was an SBA loan. So there were some hurdles and a lot of paperwork. But they gave me everything I wanted, helped me along the way, and really, if it wasn't for the TD Bank, I could not have done this.
And for you, the business runs in the family. You have over 20 years experience. Your daughter is...
My daughter just graduated in October.
Yeah, she's also a vet.
Yeah, which
how
is
have you
great.
seen animal care evolve since you began your career?
It's changed. Usually, in the past, 25% of your revenue was pharmaceuticals and over-the-counter sales. Now, with all the online pharmacies, Chewy, and pet meds, all those, it's really banged into that 25%. So what's happened is now you have a lot of other services, the prices are skyrocketing to the point where it's very difficult for some people even to spend that kind of money. So now it's also corporations that become involved. Actually, Mars and Nestle are huge in the animal business now. It's more profitable than chocolate.
Wow.
So they're buying everything up. So it's really, they're trying to push private practices out. Now the private practice, we're fighting back with our own organizations.
Dr. Weiss, we are going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much
Sure.
for joining us. Michael Weiss,
appreciate it.
founder
Thank
and
you very
owner
much.
of Second Street Animal Hospital in New Jersey. And
all right, thanks for having me.
TD Bank small business specialists go above and beyond for their customers. It's what makes TD Bank unexpectedly human. Learn more at td.com/smallbusiness.